Hello travels out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys about my last few days. On my Thursday I had the day off work. I got up after a nice lie-in. I got showered and changed, had some breakfast, it was just listening to a bit of music. My dad, older brother and sister were at work. Younger brother is currently away on holiday. Younger sister was at her boyfriend's house. She was also off work. And my older sister and brother's last day is Thursday, so we're very excited about that being off for the summer as school's shut for summer. And I watched a bit of TV, did a bit of drawing, bit of colouring in, played with my Blue Cat doll. My mum then got up and we watched a bit of TV, and my dad was back and my uncle had come over, and they normally go fishing on Thursday, but I think they're going on Sunday instead. And so my uncle was over, so I just had a nice chat with him. He then went off home and my dad went off for a nap. I was then just watching a bit of Doctor Who and some stuff on Netflix and Disney Plus. I was done reading a bit more of To All the Boys I Loved Before, had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and then I got myself ready to go off to the garden centre, my happy place. Love it up there. I made way up there and had a nice stroll up, got to the garden centre, and I got some flower snaps that I'm going to show you guys now. Love all the pretty colours, love flower photography so much, it just makes me so happy. I then went off to have a look around in the homeware section and stationery section, and I got some plant snaps that I'm going to show you guys now as well. Love all the pretty patterns on the plants. Plant photography is becoming one of my favourite things to get snaps of. I then went off to the cafe and got myself a tuna cheese melt, had a pot of tea and a 7-Up, and also had some shortbread to dunk into my tea, and I'm going to show you guys photos of that now. Love it in that cafe, it's so good in there. After that I let my food go down, and then I went off and got a few more flower snaps, as there were a few that caught my eye that I hadn't seen the first time around, and I want to show you guys those now. They were such beautiful flowers. I got so many flower snaps, absolutely love it up there. I then made my way back home, and on the way back I got some more flower snaps that I'm going to show you guys now. I then got home, watched the Aussie soaps, wrote my journal, listened to a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in, and my dad was sorting stuff around the house. My mum and my older brother were watching a bit of the sports on the TV. My older brother then got ready to go off to rugby training, and my older sister rang up and said that she was going down to touch rugby early, so I either have to walk down or get a lift down. So I got ready for touch rugby, and my dad kindly dropped me down. We got to touch rugby and it was a really good game. We had equally matched teams, so it made us work harder, and push harder, and it wasn't like there was one team better than the other. We were both equally matched, which was really good. And yeah, scored another try, which is really good. Like slid along on my side, not on my knees, because I always end up on my knees because I land on the floor too hard, and because the ground at the moment is like rock solid because the grass is very dry, so I didn't want to be cut on my knees. And yeah, it was a really good game, lots of fun. Me and my older sister then got back, and we had to pop to hers on the way home, and I got to see her cats. I'm a Kunkel, love those cats so much, they're so cute. Laufey and Loki. Loki used to be a bit wild, he didn't really like humans apart from my older sister, and whenever I went in there he'd hiss. And since we got Laufey, her new cat, he's been a lot more calm, a lot more tame, and it's good. So I was stroking them both, making a fuss of them. We then got back, and my younger sister was back from being out with her mates, and she'd made pasta bake for tea, and I had some of that, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. Her pasta bake is so good. Then I watched the UK soaps and Love Island and finished writing my journal, put that away, had some cereal. My younger sister went off to her boyfriend's house to stay at his, and older sister had stayed for a bit and then she went off home, and she's now off for summer with my older brother as well, as they both work in the same school, in the same class. She's a teacher, he's a TA, and yeah, so they're now off for summer. Well, she's still got a few like bits and pieces to do, but she's just very happy to have a little bit of a break, bless her. And my older brother was showing me some of the cards and gifts he got from some students that are leaving and stuff, and that he'd helped, which was very sweet. Then I went off to bed, and then on my Friday I got up, ready for work, had some breakfast, listened to a bit of music. My younger sister was already at work, older brother on his Xbox, younger brother still on holiday, dad was at work as well, mum was asleep, and my older sister was at hers, and I got myself ready for work and got my bag and locked up and headed off to work. And I was thinking the other day, I haven't actually fallen over and cut my knees in ages, spoke too soon. Walking to work, I managed to trip over, land on grass, which I was like, great, got a soft landing, but of course, like I said, again, it's been quite hot, so of course the grass is quite dry, so of course I managed to cut my knee. So of course on the way up to work I went off to the co-op and got some plasters, and went off to get myself a frappe, and I got a white chocolate mint frappe and got some flower shop snaps that I'm going to show you guys now. Loved that flower shop. I then got to work, and two of our colleagues were off on holiday and down our back, and one of them I was on shift with, so I was just chatting with her, asking about her holiday, and then got clocked in, got the plasters out of my bag to put one on my knee, and they were literally tiny ones, so they didn't fit, so I ended up getting one from the first aid kit in my workplace and putting that on instead. I then was just running lots of food and drinks, cleaning tables, doing food and drink orders and bill taking, and it was literally so busy because it's now summer holidays. There's lots of people inside and outside. It started raining and people were still sat outside under the little trolleys. Good for them, not for us, because when we were serving food and drinks outside, we were getting absolutely soaked. And yeah, it was quite a bit overwhelming. Got a bit flustered. I made a few mistakes, but mistakes happen, especially when it's super busy. And we definitely need to have 4 people on because there was only 3 of us, so it was like feeding to 5,000. And yeah, it was quite stressful, but it slowly calmed down and we got through it, which was good. And I did 10 till 6, which meant I got a lunch break, and about 3 o'clock my younger sister who I was on shift with and our other colleague I was on shift with, they finished, and one of our other colleagues came on, so it was just me and her. It was me and her 3 till 6, and at 6 I finished. I got to have a lunch break about 3ish, which is good, and I'm going to show you guys what I had for my lunch now. I had some scrambled egg and a pint of fresh OJ. I definitely needed that fresh OJ. One of our chefs slash front of house team members, because she goes in the kitchen as well, came with her kids and her friend, so I chatted with them and did their order, and yeah, it was good to see her. And yeah, I think it went well, apart from a few little hiccups here and there, which is bound to happen in hospitality, especially when it's busy. And yeah, it was good. I then finished at 6, and I was just so like ready to finish. The scrambled egg I had for my lunch was really good too, and yeah, I'd been craving it all day. And then I clocked off, got changed into my clothes, out of my uniform I brought to work in my bag, and then I joined one of my ex-colleagues and good friends who'd come in for drinks with me and my young sister and her fella, and one of our other colleagues came along as well, and it was really good. I had a Tom Collins, and then just had a few fresh AJs and a cup of tea or two. And then my young sister and her boyfriend went off to one of the other pubs, and me and my colleague and our friend stayed there for a bit and just chatted and had a good time, just catching up, talking about anything and everything, getting into some really deep conversations. And then we went off to one of the other pubs, and we'd had some halloumi fries and some chips and stuff just before. We then paid up and went off to one of the other pubs and had a drink there. I had a J2 from there, and also had this berry cider thing, which was very nice. And we sat outside, and I didn't realise how huge the pub was. And yeah, it was a really good evening, just chatting and having lots of fun. Then one of my colleagues who was with us, she went off home because she was knackered and had an open the next day, so she went off home, and then me and our ex-colleague and good friend stayed and chatted, and again had some really good deep and meaningful chats, and finished our drinks, and then went off and got some cheesy chips from one of the takeaway places. And then we made our way back. She went off home. She just lives around the corner to me, so I made sure that she got back okay, and messaged her to say I'm back, and was unchecked on her and stuff, and had the rest of my cheesy chips, watched the Aussie and UK soaps, listened to a bit of music, finished writing my journal, and then I went off to bed as I was absolutely done in. Then on my Saturday today, I got up, showered and changed, had some cereal, listened to a bit of music, and in the living room we now have laminate flooring. We did have carpet, we're now going to laminate, and so that was a bit strange, walking down in the morning barefoot and being like, oh my god, why is the floor so cold? And my dad had gone down to drop the car back to my grandma and grandpa's that had work done. Their car had a bit of work done, so he dropped that down to theirs, got back, he went off to bed. My mum's just watching a bit of sports on the TV. I think it's like not the Commonwealth Games, it's something to do like some sport kind of games thing, and I don't think the Commonwealth Games is happening yet, but it's something or other like that. So I think she's just watching some tennis or something like that. And my younger sister is at her boyfriend's house, and my older brother has gone off out to the gym. I think older sister's at hers, and my younger brother is on holiday, so I think he comes back soon, and I just can't wait for my holiday soon. It's going to be so good, and yeah, definitely need a holiday. I'm going to be off in a bit for a coffee catch up and around the charge shops and flower shops with my mate I was with yesterday evening, and just waiting to find out what time we're going to be meeting and whereabouts. And yeah, it should be good. I hope you guys all have had a lovely week, all had a lovely rest, let's try that again, rewind. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week, all had a lovely Friday, and all have a lovely weekend, and I shall see you in a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.